Alright, so like I promised, I am shooting a video about my front forks. So I've noticed one thing, and oh boy, excuse my wipers. I've noticed one thing, so that is my my forks are damping so far down that it hits my controller. And if you see my other videos, my controller is literally under the bike, closer to the front wheel. Now, is it causing a problem? Yes, it is. Is it a major problem? No, it's not. Now, why would I say it's not, right? I mean, it is getting too low. But now, here's the thing. So, I could lock the forks and it will not damp, it will not travel. But I think I would have to let go of some air in the front tire because it's just a little bit too hard. Now it kind of defeats the point of having front suspension and forks when you can't use them. You gotta lock them, right? So I could let go of some air in the front and make sure that it's a little bit uh, with some sort of cushion, right? And while I'm talking to you guys, I'm also thinking what I'm saying and how that would be working. So let go of the air, create a cushion with the tire because the tire is pretty big, and I don't know how much of air I have to let go, but I'm going to have to do it today because the plan is to take the bike tomorrow. And I don't want to do it now because I'm at the beginning of a season, and the season, is about 3 months long, and I'm not taking the bike, out for a ride every single day. Past 2 weeks, I took it out, once. So in other words, I took the bike out 2 weeks ago for different reasons. Reason number one was I get tired when I ride my bike with all this traffic and everything here. It will be a little bit different if I was to just ride the bike straight without slamming on my brakes, without dealing with the dilemma on the streets, without people trying to take me over, without people squeezing in and out. But we already talked about that in my previous video. But that's what's happening, getting me tired. But let's say I'm in up and I go out and I ride a bike. Now, so I could. The plan is to take the bike tomorrow, right? So if I take the bike tomorrow, unfortunately this week I can only take it twice because it's going to rain on Friday. Usually I take my bike on a Friday. This coming Friday, the 7th, the 6th, I cannot take my bike. So unfortunately, this Friday and the following Friday, I can't take the bike. But if I take it throughout the whole week, I will get tired enough just to make a decision of not to take the bike out on Friday. But in regards to the forks, so I am trying to do this off the season, where the goal is and the plan is to take the controller and install it underneath the seat of the bike. That means I have to extend the wires for the controller and run the battery connection through the rear, so it all makes sense and is neat. The controller's painted black, so that shouldn't be a problem. The problem on the one is I would have to move the sensors for the temperature for the controller and the battery. That's why I wanted to do this off season. I'll have pretty much a couple months, like 6 months or 7 months to do it off season, and get rid of the problem that I have right now. For now, what I can do is, there's no way I can keep the fork, working the way it's working, because once, somebody cut me off on a bridge when I was crossing, and the other time I was behind a truck really close, and I had to stop on my brake. It wasn't going fast, just 5 miles an hour, and man, it just went all the way in. So I don't like that. I'm scared that my front wheel is going to lock when I'm going really fast, because it's going to catch on the controller, and I don't want to damage the controller, nor do I want to pretty much flip over forward. So I will have to keep the damping locked. So that's the news about the forks. Now, we need to remember that the previous battery that I had was maybe 10 pounds, not even. This battery is 50 pounds. The previous position on the bike was more relaxed backwards, so most of the weight was in the back. The previous handlebars were different. You weren't leaning forward so much, so that also plays a big role. Then that would be the major problem, the weight, and everything is much heavier, so the forks are much lower. On the other hand, the fender in the front is holding great. I bought this I don't know if you saw it, this what is it, kind of bracket to install a fender, and it really didn't work out. It fell out twice, so I got pissed. Well, the second time it fell out and it broke, so I says I'm not gonna install it. But another good news is I bought a alarm. It's a motorcycle alarm. It's got positive, negative connection. That means that all I have to do is use my socket that I have on my step-down system to 12 volts, plug that socket into pretty much the other socket, positive, negative, and the alarm comes with a nice key fob, which my other alarm before winter, when I originally did the build, operates on 3 double or AAA batteries. It looks like a AAA battery, and of course the remote control that I got right away when I used it, or I tried to put it on the key chain, it just broke. So it was sitting in a kitchen, and I wouldn't even use the alarm because it just defeated the point. But now I have one that is going to be connected straight into the battery, which is great. And even though my ignition will be off, the alarm would still stay on activated. It works with a vibration, of course. And another good thing is that also my Bluetooth temperature sensors are also awake while my ignition is off, because that's how I have it connected. So there's a dual battery, and that big ass battery will last forever for what these devices are drawing, the power they're drawing. So that's that. I might over the season change the rear tail light switch and pretty much install it directly into a battery step down system. I forgot how I have it connected now, but I know for the front headlights I have a switch, and for the rear tail light I have a switch. So that's how I operate now. it would be nicer. But see, the problem is if I connect it to my step down, even though when I turn off the bike, the light will still stay on. So I need that light to be connected the way it is right now with a switch. However, I can also connect the tail light to a switch for my headlight. So when I turn my headlight on, my tail light is on. But a lot of times during the daytime, I would run my front headlight, but I wouldn't run my tail light. And these are LEDs, so they don't really take that much juice. So that's an idea. If I really want to gamble with the wiring, I'll connect it to a front headlight. So that's a goal too. But right now my main problem is the front forks, because I have to keep it locked, and it's annoying because every pothole on the street I can feel. And it's funny because when I ride locally in my neighborhood, I can unlock the front forks and go about my business. However, if I was to, slam on my brakes, I'll probably flip forward, and that'll be the end of that. And again, I'm still looking for a good fit on a helmet, kind of motocross helmet with goggles. I don't want to get dark goggles at all, and I don't want to get clear goggles. I want to get colored goggles. I think they are brighter than the dark ones, obviously darker than the clear one with the clear lens, but yet I would be able to see at night. So I don't want just plain clear. I would like to have it colored goggles where I can still see at night. So that will be that. And when I get my alarm, I hope the plan is to shoot a nice short video to show you guys how this is going to work. At this point, I'll shoot different segments because I'll use a software, because I know I'm going to have to do some wiring, soldering, nothing major, heat shrink it, and do a nice plug and play, locate it and position it in a frame where it doesn't interfere with anything, probably deep inside the frame, but I still want to hear it. So, and I know there is a couple holes in the front, so I'll be able to hear it. So it sounds like a great plan. All right, guys. So make sure you subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions. And I did have a question from a subscriber. Oh, how to reset a controller, the one that I have, without knowing a password. So in other words, this kid forgot his password and he cannot figure it out. But the problem is with this system, and most of the systems, is you have to, in order to go to advanced settings, which is your factory reset, you have to know the password. Now, I know that the password for the display is all zeros, and I know the password for the advanced control settings is 1801. Now, if he has forgot the password for his screen, I think he's screwed. I don't think you can reset that system. In case anybody wonders, folks, make sure that you use a password that you remember very well on the back of your head, so when you wake up in the middle of the morning pissed drunk, you know what that password is on top of your head. All right, that's just my quick 2 cents that I want to give you guys and leave you with. All right, so take care, be safe.